The spooky season is upon us, and the big day is fast approaching, and you know what that means. Time to make, I said make, costumes, buy candy for the trick-or-treaters, go back to the store and buy more after you eat it all, and watch scary movies. Man, when I was young, everything scared me. I remember going on one of those carnival haunted house rides where you're riding around in the rickety little mine cart or whatever, and covering my eyes the entire time. And this one episode of Tales from the Dark Side about a monster under a woman's bed scared me so bad that if I was asleep and my arm fell over the side of the bed, I would wake up and pull my arm back under the sheets. Took me years to break that. But somewhere in my teenage years, I became obsessed with everything scary. My brothers and I would rent horror movies and watch them all weekend. I pored over Fangoria magazine, and I drove the Silent Hill games into the ground. And Halloween was right there, the center point of it all. Dressing up in homemade costumes, going to haunted houses, passing out candy to the kiddies, and of course, binging horror movies. But have you ever noticed that while there are a billion scary movies out there, there are actually very, very few of them that are about the most hallowed of weens? I mean, think about it. What are Friday the 13th and A Nightmare on Elm Street really about? What about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I mean, pick any horror movie out there. Paranormal Activity, Saw, The Conjuring, The Omen, The Shining, Hereditary. How about the movie that's actually named after the holiday? Sure, it takes place on Halloween, but that's really just kind of incidental when you think about it. I mean, yeah, I know Michael killed his sister on Halloween, but like I said, that's incidental. Halloween didn't make him do it. He could have done it in May or February, and he could have returned to terrorize Haddonfield any time of the year. There's no reason it has to take place on Halloween night. Now look, I love all of those, well, most of those movies. But what I'm saying is that if you're looking for a movie that is all about Halloween, those are actually few and far between. And why is that? Christmas has a ton of movies celebrating its theme specifically. A Christmas Story is all about what it's like being a kid during those final few magical weeks leading up to the big day. Miracle on 34th Street is about the power of a child's belief in things that adults have seemingly abandoned. A Charlie Brown Christmas is about togetherness and celebrating the birth of Christ, even if you think your tree isn't the best. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is about a plucky little deer who, despite being picked on, rises to the occasion and saves Christmas for all the good little girls and boys. The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a Christmas movie, not a Halloween movie, touches on the importance of keeping traditions. And Die Hard is about reuniting with your loved ones for the holiday season, no matter what the world throws in your way. But Halloween, arguably the second most popular holiday of the year, a holiday so popular in fact that dead stores come back to life to celebrate it, doesn't really have any movies like that. Movies that aren't simply set on or around October 31st, but are specifically about celebrating Halloween's themes and traditions. There are a few, and while some of them are pretty good, like Trick or Treat, the best so far, and by a long shot, is Tales of Halloween. Whoa, hold up. I can hear it now. Where the hell does this guy get off saying that a movie with a 5.5 IMDb score and a whopping 43% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is the best Halloween movie ever made? Clearly, this guy is a paid shill bought off by those big money Tales of Halloween lobbyists. And hey, I'd be skeptical too if I was in your shoes. But I'm not in your shoes. I'm in these $3,000 slippers made from baby seal fur bought with all that bribery money. Honestly though, the first time the missus and I watched Tales of Halloween, we almost didn't. A few years ago, we were browsing Prime Video for a decent scary movie, something we hadn't already seen, and randomly clicked on a movie with, admittedly, one of the most generic titles and covers ever seen. Something that looked perfect for skipping right past. Which is actually kind of ironic given how a certain legendary movie poster artist shows up in one scene. I mean, why didn't he do the cover? But we started it with the caveat that if it sucked, we'd turn it off and watch one of our tried and trues. What we got instead was a movie that immediately became a yearly tradition, one that is to be watched every Halloween, no questions asked. Tales of Halloween scratched an itch I never even realized I had. It's a movie that is all about celebrating the spookiness and fun of my favorite holiday. Now, for a movie to be a good Halloween movie, and not just a horror movie, it has to have some camp. It can't take itself too seriously because Halloween is not a serious holiday. Scares should leave you laughing after the initial shock wears off, and kills should be creative and have gore so over the top that it becomes comedy.
I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul!
Swallow this.
It can't just be scary, it has to be fun. And it also needs to implement the traditions of Halloween, like trick-or-treating, pranks, costumes, candy, jack-o'-lanterns, all that good stuff. And Tales of Halloween gets that. All of its scares come with tongue planted firmly in cheek, and all of it is specifically related to all that Halloween stuff I mentioned. It's not just a movie to watch during Halloween, it's a movie to watch to get into that Halloween spirit. Tales of Halloween is an anthology movie, several smaller bite-sized tales introduced by a radio DJ played by genre queen Adrienne Barbeau, a nice little nod to her role in John Carpenter's The Fog. Speaking of which, there are tons of Easter eggs for horror fans in this movie. From little callbacks to other movies to a smorgasbord of cameos that I will not spoil, including a hilarious one involving that aforementioned poster artist. It's not purely a fan service movie, but it does have quite a bit of it, and all of it's done right. All the stories are original and well done, no copycatting or rehashing. You have tales of trick-or-treaters terrorizing a group of adults, a kidnapping gone horribly and hilariously wrong, a cautionary tale about eating too much candy, an OG trickster showing a little boy how Halloween pranks are really done, lawn decoration warfare, urban legends that might be more than just myths, a slasher killer whose latest victim turns out to be more than he bargained for, a wicked witch who has more than just candy in mind for all the costumed kiddies, and a hard-boiled cop investigating strange happenings involving pumpkins. It was clearly made by people who are true fans of the genre and the holiday. If you're a fan of Halloween and you haven't seen it, you can check it out on Tubi for free. Give it a look, it might just become a tradition in your house too. Or maybe you don't like it, in which case, you're wrong and I don't care. Anyway, adios, space truckers, and happy Halloween! Ho ho ho!